Well, a world record was broken recently in the nation of Kuwait. No, it was not in camel racing, petroleum sales, wasn't even in skyscrapers in the desert. No, a couple made history for the shortest marriage in Kuwait, and probably the whole world, divorcing 3 minutes after their marriage began. Hey, forget no-fault divorce. This has to be no-thought divorce. Here's what happened. Last month, the young couple had just signed their marriage papers before a judge, and they were headed out of the courthouse with a blissful life ahead of them. But then the bride accidentally tripped, and rather than gallantly helping his beautiful bride up to her feet, the groom insulted her and said she was stupid for losing her balance. The woman had an epiphany of what the future is going to be like with her rude and newly minted husband, so she headed right back into the courthouse and had the judge dissolve the marriage immediately, all of 3 minutes after joining them together. This shattered the former record that was held by a Dubai couple of 15 minutes of marriage. Well, look, I'm not a proponent of divorce, but if that disrespectful guy was starting off life together by insulting his newlywed wife rather than cherishing her, what were the next 50 years going to be like? Future grooms, as a veteran of almost 45 years of marriage, let me give you the 7 secret words that will make your marriage successful. Get ready to write them down. Get your pen out. Write these down. This is important. Here they are. You know, dear, you are absolutely right. Hey, do you ever get so busy that you didn't wash your hair for a couple of days? I mean, ladies, you know what I'm talking about. Feels kind of yucky. Well, what if you went 20 years without washing your hair? Here is a hair-raising story about an artist over in England by the name of Frankie Clooney, who hasn't washed her 6-foot-long locks in over 7,300 days. Ms. Clooney says she only needs to comb her hair thoroughly to keep it fresh and lovely. She started growing her hair at age 6 and hated washing and drying it. So after the first couple of months of greasiness and itchy scalp, she says both problems went away. Now Mrs. Clooney does face the challenge of tangles in her 6-foot-long train, but she takes about 30 minutes to get the knots out, and then she uses that as a time of meditation. One of her favorite things is that her hair absorbs smells and scents, so it reminds her where she's been and who she was with. Let's just hope she has lots of well-groomed, fresh-smelling friends in her life. Now, she's 32 years old. She said she hasn't had her hair trimmed since she was 18. So here's fair warning to all those English hair salons. Only 4 more years until this modern Rapunzel looks you up for an appointment to let down her hair. Good luck with that one. All right, Americans love all the creative flavors of potato chips these days, things like wasabi flavored, biscuits and gravy, and spicy salsa, just to name a few. But over in Hong Kong, they've come up with one that even Lay's potato chips hasn't tried: World War I grenade flavor. Okay, let me explain. Over in France, a World War I hand grenade was accidentally harvested with some potatoes and shipped to a potato chip company in Hong Kong. Thankfully, a machine at their factory figured out one of the alleged potatoes packed a bigger kick than the rest of them. The German-made grenade was in an unstable condition and had to be defused by the Hong Kong police. A Chinese military historian stated that many hand grenades are left behind during bombardments. Wartime relics deteriorate from time as well as from weather, but the explosive mechanism can remain intact inside the device. So one word of caution to Hong Kong importers of produce: if you bring in watermelons, I'd steer clear bringing any of them in from France, just thinking about it. Now, staying with the culinary news, those cute little creatures in the trees of your neighborhood are landing in the plates of your restaurant. I'm talking squirrel. It's what's for dinner. I mean, can you hear Sam Elliott swapping that one out for beef? Well, a London chef is offering a special lasagna with gray squirrel as the meat in the recipe. And to think that people made fun of me when I confessed that in college, I'd go out squirrel hunting, and then I'd fry the freshly obtained meat in my dorm room using an old-fashioned popcorn popper. I really did that. You say, that's kind of redneck. You ever tried it? Well, Ivan Tisdale Downs, chef of the restaurant Native, said that he struck a deal with his wild boar supplier to obtain the gray squirrel carcasses that have been an invasive species that were complements of North America. Chef Tisdale Downs sees the bright side of the influx of the gray squirrel, saying, it almost tastes the same as rabbit. Hey, at least he didn't say chicken. And he also says it's a healthy and lean meat. Now, while gray squirrels are the rage in lasagna over in Britain, the bad news is they've been causing a reduction in the native red squirrel population there. Well, no matter what the color, I think the idea of squirrel in my lasagna is nuts. I mean, I hunted and ate squirrels a lot when I was a kid, and that's the meat we had, is either fried squirrel or in a stew that we call squirrel mulligan back in Arkansas. But when people ask me how it tastes, I usually just say, well, it ain't something you'd want to order off the menu. And finally, an innovative breakthrough in the world of business. Open offices can make it difficult to find some personal spaces, but no more, thanks to the Thought Box. For only $650, you can purchase this cardboard and fabric box to slide over your head at work so you can enjoy some privacy. The Thought Box comes with a thought stool to sit on while you wear it, as well as a pair of earplugs to complete your private getaway in your public workspace. All of it is available from the Form Emporium online. I know a lot of you are writing that down because you want to order one. The Thought Box is probably made in Great Britain with an internal helmet to adjust to your head size and 5 interchangeable fabrics so that the outside of it matches your fashion sense. And I'm sure that your thoughts might not be far behind to put in a jar that they will also sell you. Well, the description of the Thought Box promises to promote mental efficiency. If it actually benefits people mentally, I'm thinking we may just want to buy one of these for each and every member of our Congress. What do you think, huh? Great idea. Well, like the Congress of the United States, hey, we run out of time to accomplish anything productive, but we must remind you of one pressing issue. We read the news.
Watch Huckabee on Saturdays and again on Sundays at 8, 7 Central, only on TBN.